Hey Aquarius, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Aquarius. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. Wow, this is a yes. This has very clear energy of being a yes answer, and this is about a lot of movement. So I feel like there's a lot of change coming for you, and this might have something to do with the question that you're asking. For a lot of you, I'm also hearing that even if you're asking a question that you don't really know how it plays into the bigger picture, or you're not exactly sure like where this is going to lead, there's definite movement here though. There's the energy of change. There's kind of this energy of something might not be known to you. I really feel that energy here with this moon energy and the Fool. I feel like this is so interesting, you guys. I really do feel like for a lot of you, you have no idea how this yes is going to change things for you. You kind of have no idea how taking a leap of faith is going to really speed things up and create a lot of momentum in your life. We have the Six of Wands energy here, which is the energy of victory. So this is really the energy of winning at something. This is a full yes. I'm wondering what you guys are doing. So I don't want to guess. Like, it's really hard not to like wonder with this energy, what does this mean? And you guys were drawn to this moon as well, and then we had the moon card come out for you. I would pay particular attention to your dreams. I feel like too, if you've asked a question that kind of has to do with a dream that you may have had. For some of you, you've already had this dream. There's so much moon imagery here. I'm even seeing it in the Fool card. I'm seeing it here on the moon card, and you were drawn to the moon. So there's so much energy here. You may have received some sort of clarity in a dream. You may be receiving some sort of clarity in a dream. So just keep that in mind. Your guides are saying go for it. Whatever this is, go for it. And I think what I'm seeing here is that there could be a little bit of fear involved with this. There could be a little element of we're venturing into the unknown here. And what I'm seeing, especially with that energy of Eight of Wands that I was getting as I was shuffling, and then you had the Chariot come right out, this could produce a lot of rapid change for you. This could even be something that's like, if you go in this direction, it's almost like you can feel the momentum building. You can feel that this is going to produce change. And with that, sometimes we do have fear come up. This is such a beautiful yes though. Six of Wands energy, major victory here, major success, major recognition. But this requires a leap of faith. So we have a yes here. But what I want to say is, this doesn't to me feel like a yes this doesn't feel like something that just falls into your lap. It feels like something that will produce a lot of momentum for you. It feels like something that's moving you in the direction that you want to go, Six of Wands. But it also feels to me like something that might challenge you. It might have you face a fear. It might have you uncover even a desire. With this moon energy, sometimes this can be the energy of something that we know we want, something we desire in our life, something we want to win at, we want to have success at, we want to start a new chapter in this direction. But it can be a little bit of a fearful situation. Sometimes it can be about overcoming our challenges. I feel like when I look at the Six of Wands, although this is a place of victory, of accomplishment, of really moving forward with something, the Six of Wands follows the Five of Wands, which is a card of challenges and obstacles and sometimes delays. Sometimes there can even be a feeling of sabotage in a way. I almost feel with this moon energy that sometimes this can be self-sabotage, because this can be our fears coming up and kind of leading the way. With this Chariot energy, and do you notice, you guys, how many like horses or like this unicorn, like horse imagery here. So there's kind of this feeling of momentum and of steadfastness and kind of continuing on this path, even when the fears come up, even when the challenge presents itself. I feel like a lot of you are right on the cusp of something here, right on the cusp of self-discovery with this moon energy, but also taking a leap. And you might be in a place where you're kind of wondering, is this a direction that I can go, that I should go? Do I have what it takes to go in this direction? Do I have what it takes to put myself out there like that? Do I have what it takes to start this new journey? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes, but it does require courage from you with this Fool card. The Fool is open to all of these new possibilities. There's a new path for you. I love how this laid out with the Fool right at the end of your reading, because there's a new path for you. There's a new journey for you to embark on, but it requires something of you. Let's use a couple of examples here, because it can be hard to nail this energy down. If this was, let's say, a romantic situation for you, let's say that this was about bringing in love or solidifying a partnership for you, and you're kind of wondering, like, where is this headed? Is this a direction I should move in? Is this someone I should move toward? The answer here is yes. There's a new journey for you. There's a new path for you. But I feel like there's something here for you to overcome as well. There's something, and this for a lot of you can be about opening up emotionally. There might be a new level that you need to reach, a new level where you're able to emotionally connect, you're able to get into that vulnerable place. There might be some action that you need to take. But when you do, and I feel like with this moon energy, when you really dig into your heart here, when you really follow your heart about this, when you really express your heart, there's so much momentum, and there's such a feeling of like winning. There's such a feeling of accomplishment that's coming through with this reading. I really, really love this energy. I feel like you guys kind of know what direction you want to move in. And I'm so curious to look at the bottom deck energy for you guys, because I feel like you kind of know the direction you want to move in, or you know the way you want this situation to turn out, but there's a little bit of almost like this shadow aspect coming up. But will it work out for me? Or like a fear that it might not work out. A fear almost, sometimes the moon can talk about like problems that we don't see. But what I want to point out with this energy is, sometimes with that energy of like, we didn't see the problem, that can be scary to us because we're thinking there's a problem, there's something scary right around the corner. If I move in this direction, something scary or bad or, something that I tried to avoid might happen. But really the energy I'm getting off of this moon is more, the problem is unseen because it's not real, because it doesn't really exist. And a lot of times our fears can show up like that because they're not real. What is the acronym, like false evidence appearing real for fear? So it's like, it seems very real to us in the moment, but it's not real. It's not real. It's something, it's in our, it's a belief. It's a limiting belief at times. And I feel like this energy of moving forward, taking that step, taking that initiative, taking the leap, there's a real push here. And for some of you, this might be about really digging into, what do I want here? What is right for me? What does my heart tell me? What does my intuition tell me? Because there's such an intuitive feeling that we get with this moon card. I don't know if we talked about it, but Aquarius energy with this Fool card, and I'm kind of blown away by the fact that you guys had 3 major arcana come out. This is a really, really strong yes, and kind of depending on how you formulated your question, you might have wanted a yes, you might have wanted a no here. What I see here, though, is a lot of momentum and a lot of change, and change that can happen really, really fast. It really comes from tapping into your intuition. I think that what your guides want you to know here is what's going to move this situation the fastest and what's going to put you on this new path is tapping into your intuition. That's going to give you the confidence to take this leap. This is such beautiful energy. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. We have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck, especially if your question was about a relationship, even more so if it was a romantic relationship. And more major arcana, I have to just point out here, Gemini energy. This is a great sign that this relationship, this connection is moving in a beautiful, beautiful direction. But what I really want to say about this Lovers card is the Lovers is such a strong indication of a choice. And so I see here, your answer is yes. The energy is there. The momentum is there. The opportunity for like a victorious outcome here, and also a brand new path unfolding for you is there. But it does come down to a choice. I feel like that's what we were kind of talking about. It comes down to you making a decision about something, you making or taking that leap. And getting really clear that you're going to follow your inner guidance about this. Because I think for a lot of you, your inner guidance led you this far. And it wasn't for nothing. Because like I was saying, a lot of you are right on the cusp of something. And it's like your intuition led you to this point. And then there might be a little bit of wavering here because Fool energy is exciting. It's new. It's really fresh. It's full of hope. But it can also be daunting because it represents a big adventure. It represents a big change. And I feel like for a lot of you, that's happening pretty fast. More newness under the Lovers with this Ace of Pentacles here. Yeah. I feel like you guys can make something really solid out of this. You can make a solid victory out of this. I'm going to just dive into one more tarot deck just to see what other little tidbits we can get from this. I want to keep this reading pretty simple because it's a simple yes or no. And I feel like for you guys, there's just so much energy. What else do you have for? There's so much energy of newness. There's this energy of healing something for a lot of you. I feel like the healing that you're doing is what's propelling you forward. And there might even be something that seemed really scary before. It seemed very daunting in the past. But I would say totally revisit this energy because the healing work that you're doing is making this more possible for you. It's opening up more opportunities for you. It's making you look at the new opportunities that are being presented to you in a different way. Almost like you're looking at this in a more empowered way. Like now you feel like I can do it. And that's because of that healing work. That's what's propelling you forward. We have the Five of Cups, yeah. The Five of Cups, yeah. There's something you are leaving behind for sure. There's a feeling that there's something you're leaving behind. We were just talking about that healing. So there's healing work that's being done here, and that's what's making this a yes. That's what's making there be so much momentum. Wow. You guys just had the Star and the Hermit come out together. So we have more Aquarius energy with the Star card, Virgo energy here with with the Hermit. I'm laughing because it's like you guys are emerging in some way. So I feel like this is such a strong yes because it's like all blocks have been removed, all roads are clear, all lights are green. And this is coming after a period of potentially solitude, potentially a period of a lot of contemplation. This could be something that you were wondering about or worrying about, trying to find the answer to, or trying to find some direction regarding for a while. And I feel like saying if this has felt like you're never going to get anywhere with this situation, even if it has felt that you're isolated or alone, with this Five of Cups energy paired with the Hermit, I do kind of get a feeling of maybe loneliness, and this can be loneliness because you feel really alone in this situation, or you feel very confused about the situation. You could even in some cases feel that someone has left you or abandoned you. But the Hermit energy, on the other hand, is more like aloneness or isolation by choice, kind of coming from this place of wisdom and deep introspection. So I feel like this might vary for some of you, kind of where this energy came from. It could have even started more of a Five of Cups thing and turned into more of a Hermit thing for you. I just feel like there's a lot of growth that's coming through for you. And it's like, it's bigger than just this yes or no is kind of how this message is showing up. Like, this could be something that you were working on for a while. This could be something that you felt that you had to do alone, or that you had to make this decision alone, or you had to venture on this new path alone. And at some point, this became inner strength. I feel like that's the healing. And it's like you guys are emerging as the star. The star is full of hope and renewal and a lot of inner clarity, which I feel like plays on that moon energy so nicely. A lot of inner clarity here. So I feel like you guys know which direction to move in. Yeah, your guides are like, you know. You kind of know that this is the direction you want to move in. Not only that, you have a feeling that this is the direction that's going to produce some sort of success for you. That this is the right choice for you. Wow, I love that energy. Let's look at just a few oracle cards here. See what other messages your guides have for you. We have Tree. You know, you guys, like, I feel like you guys are laying down roots. This new path is something that, wow, it's something that has a future. Yeah, kind of depending on what your question is, but it's almost like if you're wondering if you should move toward a certain person or move in a certain direction, if that's going to be lasting for you. And we already see this energy of like victory. With the Tree, I'm thinking of family. I'm thinking of stability. I'm thinking of laying down roots. I also really want to point out, let me finish that thought actually, because I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself. There's so many messages coming out for you. This is something that will create stability, or it will create a new path for you. So in the beginning, you may feel like you're in this Fool energy. You might feel like you're taking a leap with absolutely no safety net. But this imagery of a tree gives me the complete opposite feeling. This is about something that's strong and steady and dependable. So even if this feels like a leap of faith at first, and it might feel like it could fail, or like the outcome is so unknown, this is something that creates stability, something that's lasting in your life. This might be like you want to make a change in your career, or make a change in your location. I'm looking at that chariot. I'm like, wait a minute. A lot of you might be actually physically moving, or this could have to do with travel. And I feel like there's kind of this energy of, like, we'll just use that as an example. If you were, for instance, traveling or wanting to move to a new location, this might feel like a complete leap of faith. It might feel like, well, I don't know anybody in that location, or I don't know how this new system works, or I don't know this new city, whatever it might be. But this is something that you're going to actually establish a lot of knowledge around, a lot of stability around. This is something that will be lasting in your life. This could be a person that'll be lasting in your life. This is a direction that is not just, oh, this is so weird how they're showing it to me. I feel like saying it's not just that you're swaying and blowing where the wind blows. This is something that's actually going to create stability. So it's even making me think of tree branches kind of swaying in the wind. But the tree itself is stable. So there's really a lot coming through for you, suggesting stability with this. I also want to point out how this is depicted here, with kind of this energy of like as above, so below. The roots really mirroring the tree here. And I feel like this is just another indication This is pulling me back to your intuition here. This is pulling me back to the energy of kind of bringing that vision that you have, or bringing that idea, that pull into reality. Letting that little nudge that you feel in your intuitive body actually come through and become real and physical in the world. Really interesting energy here. Oh, your guides are... Yeah, I think they want me to slow down because they have me looking at this tree, and I saw the tree like bloom with fruit. So I think this is about like the fruits of your labor, the fruits of your courage to take a leap. And this is about really focusing more on the fruit, focusing more on the success than on the fear of beginning or trying something new or putting yourself out there. We have stone. This is another symbol of stability here. So I do feel like, most of all, because we have this Fool energy here, I feel like your guides want you to know that even though there's a lot of newness here for you, even though there might be a change of direction, there's this feeling of wanting to follow your heart about something, follow your intuition, and that might feel like a scary and unstable thing to do. So your guides are really showing up here to reassure you about the stability that's actually here for you, and actually to call your attention to like any kind of inner work you've done or anything you've done in preparation for all of these changes to flood into your life, or for you to really feel like you can confidently get in the driver's seat and like floor that gas pedal, like move this forward. There is stability here for you. And I think that this is actually going to become apparent really early on. So you might have to do something uncomfortable. You know, it kind of depends on what the situation here is. You might have to do something uncomfortable. You might have to get out of your comfort zone. You might have to put yourself out there in some way. But this is worth doing because it does land you in this place of absolute stability. I feel like this is someplace you want to be. 6 of Wands energy, and then this, there's kind of this energy of being rooted, of being planted, of being firm, stable, steady. So this is reaching a place of stability, even if it starts out feeling like, oh, this is new, this is crazy, I don't know what I'm doing, or I didn't want to be the one to take that leap. I feel like for some of you, there could be kind of that energy of this was fearful. This was a fearful situation for me at one point, to take that leap, to put myself out there. How crazy is this? You guys have self-love and ego here. And I feel like sometimes these concepts can kind of, they kind of go together. So some of you might have been on a self-love journey. I mean, I think we're always on a self-love journey, but you may have really been consciously tuning into this energy of self-love. And there can even be this energy of just kind of loving and accepting yourself the way that you are, flaws and all. Ignorance and all is kind of how that's coming out too, because we have the Fool here. So if this is something that's like, you don't know how to do this, or you don't know what this newness is going to bring, or you've never put yourself in the position to be the one that's going to take this step, that's going to take this leap. This is kind of this message of, put the ego aside. First of all, let's look at the bigger picture, because if this does affect like more than just you, I feel like your guides are really behind you, because there's something that I feel like you can change, or you can show others. I feel like you being in that 6 of Wands energy is really important. You being in this victorious state, you winning is important here. Whether that's just because it's an example to others, or if you actually are opening doors for other people. But this is like putting your ego aside. And for me, sometimes that means putting fear aside. It's not so much that you're like so in your ego. It's more like that fear is coming from a place of ego. It's coming from a place of self-preservation. And we can kind of get through that when we just love ourselves. When we just say, you know what? We are fine the way we are. We're perfect the way we are. We are okay with the amount of knowledge that we have, the amount of experience that we have, the amount of maybe even fear and apprehension that we have. We can love ourselves all the way through that, and we can do what we've been called to do. I feel like pulling one more card for you guys. You got wisdom. Definitely. This is about that inner wisdom. This is about your intuitive knowing about something. Very, very interesting energy for you guys. I think I'm going to wrap your reading up here. I will see you again really soon in another reading. Bye.